Good morning, people! It's morning. We know this because we're awake. And it's Saturday. Today we're playing Monster of the Week. It's going to be great. It's the first stream today of the Academy Day. It's going to be fun. Hey, Renee.
It is Sunday.
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday?
It is.
I mean, what is time anyway, right? It's...
It's morning. It's very morning.
It's morning. It's definitely morning. I'm not sure my chat's working actually looking at it because I've not seen anything pop up yet, which is usually a sign that's... Hang on. It's usually a sign it's not working. Ugh. Okay, so now that chat probably is working, let's go through station announcements. Station announcements? I'm running a station now, apparently. Yeah, cool. Up in the world. Social links. Go and check those out. We've got Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. Discord for community. Morning Space Pirate Games. Thank you for letting me know the chat's working. Twitter, send me a DM and get a game. And YouTube. Yeah, go and catch up with last season, which ended on Friday. And Rachel, I think I can hear when you're typing very loudly.
Damn it.
Let's see, what else have we got? We've got Patreon. Go and check out our Patreon. It's one of the best ways to support us. There's a bunch of exclusive content over there, but there's also free articles a month, 2 of which are written by the wonderful Renee, who's sitting in the DM seat. I've not flipped myself, so actually over there. No, I have flipped myself.
Where am I?
I don't know. I'm my mind unraveling so soon. Merch. Go and check out the merch where you can pick up a lovely Christmas jumper. Go and pick up a Christmas jumper. There's probably a code somewhere as well. Like, I'll get you a code later. We also have sponsors. Check out Bird in the Storm Publishing, who's going to be bringing content to us in Q2 of next year, and Magehand Press, who made the Dark Matter space expansion for D&D 5e. We'll be doing plenty of games of theirs in the coming games as well. And also check out my panels. Check out my panels, and you'll find in there Erasavod, who does a lot of accessories, tabletop loot, who also do a lot of cool stuff, including dice. If you use the code Scrat Academy for Eris and Scraticus Academy for tabletop loot, you can go and get yourself some nice tasty discounts, and there's plenty more to come too. I've got a player name wrong, but other than that, that's me done everything, except for the tweet. Retweet the tweet, get us Wild Magic Surges. Fun. Renee!
Hi, good morning. Can I give the backstory?
Sure!
So, I was playing Rhyme on my stream a couple nights ago. By a couple nights ago, I mean like 30 hours ago. And Scrat pops into chat and was like, hey, so my GM for Sunday can't make it. You want to run Monster of the Week? And I was like, I've never run Monster of the Week. And he goes, okay. Do you want to run Monster of the Week? I was like, okay, yeah. So I hopped off the stream, got on a call with Scrat and started studying, but it really has only been 30 hours, and this is my first time running this game. I'm very excited about it. I'm a little nervous about it. The cast has all been so wonderful and understanding, and I'm glad to be here, so I think, without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, but also, if you are familiar with the system, please forgive me. I had time to read some of the Monster of the Week book, but not all of it. It's life.
Teehee.
Really quickly, do we want to go around and kind of introduce each of the players and who they're playing? The reason I kind of start with that instead of doing it a little bit narratively is Monster of the Week is a lot about the relationships that hunters build among themselves at the start of the game. And so we've done like a little bit of discussion on how the relationships work, but if we could just kind of like go around, say who you are, who you're playing, and what that looks like for the system.
Where
I
would you
don't
like to...
know what order the
Okay.
cameras are. Whichever.
Why don't we start with me, and then we'll go around that way, and we'll go anti-clockwise, because fuck clocks. You know, what is time?
Fuck clocks, it's 6 a.m. where I'm at.
Tater, thank you so much for subscribing. 8 months in a row. Oh, next month we're having a baby. Think of a name. That's how this works. That's 100% how this works. I'm playing Trickshot. You may know him from other streams, or you may not, because they never actually really took off. He's a character I made for a podcast. I think I've played him in a few one-shots. But Trickshot Charlie Kendall was originally built for a Barovia campaign. So I don't exactly know how he got to this world, but I'm sure that'll come out in the wash. But before he got here, he did lose pretty much all of his family to werewolves and things, some of which died at his own hand. Bit sad. But that translates quite nicely into the wronged player card. So he's one of the wronged, which means he's been wronged. And yes, he's cool.
Yes.
He's cool. He's cool.
Do you have any relationships
I
with some
do. Me and Grace have become close in a sort of protector. I think she's a child, she thinks she's an adult sort of. From the conversation we just had 5 minutes ago, that's what I got from that, you know.
From that, fine.
Yeah. Apparently she might throw me guns sometimes. It's, it's a working relationship. Oh, but Trickshot Charlie Kendall talks to me like this.
Okay.
Next around we have Kiana.
Hi, Kiana.
Hi. Good morning. It is early. I am awake, and I am playing the great vermilion phoenix of the heaven sky, who is a divine, a celestial being that had been sent down to Earth to prevent the end of days. As is the way that the phoenixes work, they get sent down as kids, as a reincarnation, and slowly grow up. And so I have a few relationships. One is that Shu is my childhood friend, but that's the and so I'm they play a crucial she plays a crucial role in what I have to do. So I'm here to guide and protect her. And in terms of everyone else, I think when it comes to trick shot, just like you are a good person, good and righteous person at heart, and I must help you stay that way. So that'll be fun. And then with Grace, I think it's very much like a straight man, funny man comedy route situation. They don't realize it, but they are. They're very much opposite sides of things. But they trust Grace, and I think probably if going from any of the history things along the lines of like, they saved your life and you understand intellectually at least that you owe them for it. So I think that's kind of where I'm leaning in for relationships. Essentially, they're just like, let's go. I'm a divine being. What are you mortals talking about?
And you've been donated a nat 20 from chat. He rolled a d4 for it, so there you go.
Thank you.
Next around is Marcy. Good morning, Marcy.
Good morning. My name is Marcy. Today I will be playing Siobhan Kelly, or Shiv. And Shiv is a mundane, which for this game, mundanes are just happy to be here. They don't really have any special powers, but what they do have is friendship and getting captured by monsters a lot. So for this, she's the great Vermilion Phoenix's childhood friend. I haven't thought about the others yet. If I can pose something really funny, I think she and Grace used to date the same person at some point, and that relationship just fell through for both of them, and they bonded. They bonded from then, and she met Trickshot through Grace as well.
Yeah, so the way the whole system is kind of set up there are suggestions for how to form relationships with players, but that's really all that it's about, is kind of like, oh, hey, maybe this happened in our past, and kind of coming up with that community relationship building. It's great.
Oh yeah, and I definitely read all of the rules. Every single one.
I didn't just make my character sheet 2 minutes before the stream started.
What? No, that's not what anyone does. What?
I've been studying for 30 hours. Where are you all at?
Hey, I had a character drawn on Wednesday.
This is true. We do have character art.
Wow.
We know what our priorities are. Character sheets? No.
Art always comes first.
Rachel, you are the last to intro.
Hello, I'm going to be playing Grace Delaney, and I am the spooky, which means that at some point or other, I became the interest of some probably malevolent force / spirit / entity. Grace doesn't really know what it is, but she has these she can do weird things now, and this is a bit worrying, but it's also pretty cool, pretty rad. And I reckon she met Trickshot when she was quite a bit younger, probably when she was still more early teens or something. So I imagine maybe he does see her as a lot younger, or a bit more in that kind of protective way, even though now she's older. She's probably a similar age to Shiv, I imagine. And as for Phoenix, I reckon maybe Phoenix, in this kind of a kind of intellectual understanding that they have, I reckon Phoenix helps her understand more of her powers a little bit better. So she feels a bit of kinship there. And she's kind of here to find out more. She loves learning about the supernatural, and I don't want to say taking advantage of it, but things can be used.
Fantastic. I'm just getting a bit of feedback from chat that Tater can't really hear you. I'm just trying to figure out if that's because of music or...
I'm not using the headset, Tyler. But I can switch to the headset if that's going to be better than the mic.
I don't know. We can try. Let's find
I'll
out.
switch to that and we'll see if that's any better.
May as well.
Why not?
Yeah, that's the thing. She does sound fine to me as well. Like...
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm going to switch.
Renee!
Hello. Welcome. Okay. We open with a scene. A family has just checked into the hotel, the Belmont. It's cozy, it's nice, it's a little bit baroque might be the word for it. And it's not too terribly busy, but we're getting closer to the holidays, people are starting to travel more, and so there's been some traffic coming in and out of the hotel. And a family is at the front desk. The parents are making sure that their room is in order, exchanging their payment information with the desk night shift, and they're handing over their key cards, and their son, about 14 years old, is on his phone playing while this is going on, and the parents thank the night shift desk manager and begin hoisting up all of their luggage, grabbing their backpacks, picking everything up. Come on, they say, and the son, sure enough, grabs his luggage, pulls up the handle so that it will roll down the hallway, and they make their way to the elevator. They choose floor number 4, and the elevator doors close behind them. But as they ride the elevator up, the rest of the hotel, and especially floor 4, is met with a scream as the doors open and the son has collapsed. And his phone has fallen out of his hand, his luggage is cast to the side, and his parents fall down next to him, shaking him and trying to wake him. Our 4 hunters are on their way to stop the apocalypse. This has been a long-running goal, in part thanks to Phoenix's destiny, and they have not collected, but they have found these 3 other hunters that they believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kiana, that they believe will be the key to saving the world. But it's a process. Saving the world doesn't happen overnight, and there's a lot of traveling involved there too. So they find themselves on floor 4. 426 is the room number, actually, right down the hall from the elevator. As this family checks in, and you all hear the scream from where you are.
We hear the scream? I mean, I guess I wouldn't really say anything. I'd just start moving towards it, expecting everyone to follow me.
Yeah, I would be sticking fairly close to trick shot. Can you hear me?
Oh, that is so much better. That is fantastic.
Yeah, that actually sounds really amazing from here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Phoenix will get up and feel. It's a normal in these parts to practice screaming in the middle of the times at these rest places.
Only in the seediest of hotels. Let's go. And I'm gonna grab my baseball bat.
Oh, what time is it, by the way? I might have glossed over that.
Yeah, it's pretty late at night, actually. I think they just rolled into town, so it's getting close to 11 p.m.
Well, that's perfect. I was really hoping for an early night tonight.
Yeah, I guess I should ask, are you all crashed out in the same room? Like, you have like 2 rooms next to each other?
I imagine Trickshot would have gone for a separate room anyway, more for decency than anything else. He's quite, you know.
Does he still get a twin bed and the other one is for all of his guns?
I mean, he only has 2. Like,
He tucks them in at night.
although he probably does have like a tinkering kit around it. He might take them apart, clean them. The other one is like, you know, when you see like people like the videos of people disassembling and reassembling guns, and there's just bits all over the bed. Like...
Also, when you run out of ammo, rather than reload, I think I'll just throw you my gun. And you just like cycle through guns.
Oh, excellent! You can just be my reload person. Like, here, this one's empty. Yeah, but what was the question? Oh yeah, where are we crashed out? Yeah. I'll be separate. I don't know about everyone.
I'm on my laptop.
So if you're still awake though. So if the rooms are right next to each other, did you kind of like, did you go to your room already, Trickshot, or are you with the group still? Do you touch base with them before you go down the hall?
I mean, have we been at the hotel already? Maybe we've been up and we've been down at the bar. We're on the way up to the, you know, thinking, oh, we'll call it an early night, and then we hear the scream. Like, is that cool? Like.
Yeah, that works, absolutely. So kind of en route to or just arrive back at the room, maybe still kind of saying goodnight.
Key card indoor, scream. Oh.
Shucks. There goes my good night of sleep. Yeah, and the elevator is right down the hall and around the corner.
Well,
I mean, I'm not gonna go first. I'll follow Trickshot.
Yeah, I'll run ahead. And I'll press ground floor, but then I'll hold the elevator up open button for everyone else to pile in.
You don't actually have to hold the door open. It's already open, and this family is in the hall, kneeling next to this 14-year-old kid.
Oh, they're on the floor with us. They're not in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my bad.
I would like to push Shiv forward. Like, I can't handle the situation. Can you talk to them or something, please?
I got this. Hey, folks, what's going on?
He collapsed. I need to call someone, and like she's looking around and trying to find a phone, something, and his has like kind of skittered out of his hand and across the hall. So she's like patting down her jacket pockets trying to find something, and her husband presumably is kneeling next to his son and trying to like check his face and like trying to kind of wake him up, and he's like, I don't know what to, he's not responding. I don't know what to do.
Okay. I'll pull out my phone and hand it to Grace and be like, call the cops. And then I'm going to check him for his vitals.
Yeah. So, how experienced are you with medical, just
Medical
in general?
I probably have like the basic CPR training, because for a mundane, like, I'm surrounded by immortals, but we're usually helping mortals. So I probably have CPR training, and that's about it.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and say that you can roll to investigate a mystery using your sharp.
Okay. We'll do that, thank you.
I just had a brief flash in my mind. I don't know, we need to restore his life gem. What?
That doesn't sound right. I don't think that worked. It's 2d6, right?
It is 2d6. What
Okay,
did you roll?
Yeah,
Oh.
It did roll 2d6.
Do you have a -1 to
I
sharp?
have a +1.
Well, that is very strange then.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll it manually. And see if that-
Okay, that works.
Okay, so I got a 5, so I still fail, but
Okay.
it's more statistically relevant.
It is, that's true. So either way is a failure, unfortunately. So that also means that I can generally take a hard move. And so this kid, as you're kind of leaning over him, with the very minimal knowledge you have, he looks to be responsive.
Okay.
But as you're kind of leaning over him, he rolls over and straightens out and seems to seize up and has trouble breathing.
Chef, is this natural?
She seems responsive. I don't know what's happening.
Any weird business going on?
I don't know. How are the cops doing?
I can't hear any sirens yet.
My medical training's way. Perhaps they've got, perhaps they've been possessed?
Oh, hold on, let me try something. I want to try and use telepathy to see what's going on inside his head.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and try that. Yeah.
Okay, so you can read people's thoughts and put words in their mind. This allows you to investigate a mystery without having to talk. So would this be investigate a mystery?
Yes. So it would be. I'm not sure. Does it give you any bonuses, or is it just kind of?
I don't think so. It's just I can do it inside a brain.
Their heads. Right. Okay. Go ahead and roll your sharp for me as well, please.
Okay.
The mystery is only beginning. There's a lot of investigating.
Investigating's fine. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that's setting things off to great.
Oh no!
I don't want to start marking off luck already.
Oh no! Okay. Okay. So you use your telepathy and find yourself in this very chaotic and panicked mind. There are flashes of light. I mean, like, I don't really know if you like see what's happening, but it's like a feeling that there's just like brightness everywhere. So many thoughts are flashing by in this kid's brain. The game playing earlier tonight, the family is going to have to deal with over the holidays, what he wants from the holidays, how his parents were just so obnoxious in the car because they played the worst music. Everything is just flashing by, but most of all, he's concerned because he is dying.
Okay, I guess I will get back out of there. Put a hand on Trick Shot, just like, it's like a fucking large Hadron Collider in there. I can't make out anything specific.
Like a what?
You know, it's the thing in... Never mind.
You do hear sirens now approaching.
He's afraid he's dying? I think there's an awful lot going on.
Dying? Why didn't you say anything earlier? And Phoenix,
well, he's
sunglasses.
He's a 14-year-old boy. He might not actually be dying.
Phoenix, who wears sunglasses indoors, as out of Shiv's insistence to hide the blazing golden eyes, we had other people. We'll just
freak out.
We'll just stride up to this kid. And, ooh, yay, advances. Thank you, Jay.
Yay, thank you.
We also got a nat 20 donated for Rachel, but I decided not to tell her before she rolled that fumble.
Oh!
And I am going to, as I extend my hands, I'm going to try to lay on hands, where I try to heal any injury or disease. It is a move for me, so I have to roll that.
Okay.
Which is a plus cool. And I'm going to roll that with advantage.
Oh, good.
No. That's not right.
What? Okay, maybe if you could type in your rolls manually. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Doing that, but
I'm like, that's not correct.
no.
9 and a 9.
Okay. Oh yeah! Wow.
Did you
Got a
use the
9 and a
advantage
9.
already? Oh.
Yeah, 9.
Yes,
both
I would
times.
like to do that. With a 9 for lay on hands, I can heal the harm or illness, but I take it into myself.
Okay. Yeah, if you could go ahead and take 2 harm, please.
Great.
Yep. Off
Yep.
to a great start.
So, yeah, so you see, basically you see Phoenix just extend out their hands, and as they do, this kind of flames just start to crawl up their arms into their hands as they just touch this kid, like basically right in the center of the forehead. And like, you've seen this before, and their hair just kind of starts to lift a bit. They don't care what other people think.
Yeah, the mom is like, "Oh my god," and just like totally freaking out a little
Yeah,
bit.
I'll just be like, I'll just hug her for a second and be like, it's okay, she knows what she's doing.
Meanwhile,
The
we're like,
police aren't there, which is probably a good thing.
meanwhile, we're like, can you please be quiet? This requires concentration.
And the kid's body relaxes. Where it had been tense and straight, he's now calmer, and his eyes aren't moving as much under his eyelids, but he's not awake. He's still very much asleep, or passed out, unconscious. Phoenix, you feel very, very tired. Like this, as you take this pain, this harm away from this child, you take it on yourself, and it makes your arms feel heavier. It makes your eyelids heavier. It feels like you've been awake for days.
Is this why you mortals need to sleep, or whatever it is, when you lie down and have to close your eyes for about 2 to 12 hours?
I'm sorry, mortals? What? And it's the dad, he's like, he's looking a little bit calmer now, and of course the mom like finally finds her phone. She's like, oh, the police are almost here.
Just ignore her. She's from out of town.
Yeah, she's going through a phase. Perhaps we should get some sort of priest or holy man.
What?
Why do you need a priest? I am holy enough for you. Am I not?
Yes, but to look after him whilst we figure out what did this.
Ah, yes, of course.
Insulted. Wait, no, yes. You might have some trick shot. How much have you traveled?
I mean, I must have traveled pretty far, because I've come from the Sword Coast to wherever the hell we are now. So, time travel? Maybe? I think I'm a man out of time. I don't have a phone or understand any of this mumbo-jumbo.
You got page mastered into the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, how would you go about finding a holy man? Like a spare holy man at 11 o'clock at night?
Is there a cleric in the house?
I think you're talking about a GP.
What? Godly person. Gotcha. Right.
At this point, the stairs open up, and the elevator doors have had a hard time closing. I think they try every couple of seconds, and then they like hit the dad kind of like holds his arm out and stops it so that it opens back up. And at this point, the police come rushing upstairs, and there are some EMTs with them as well, providing medical assistance. They lean down next to this boy and all kind of surround the scene. And the police officers check in with the mother and the father, and one of them kind of comes over to the 4 of you and it says, did you see what happened here? No?
We heard a scream.
Mm-hmm.
Sounded like someone becoming possessed to me.
What?
Ignore him. He's not from around here. We tried to help. But now you're here, so...
Well, can you tell me what happened once you arrived?
He lay on the ground.
Classic unconscious kid stuff.
Yeah, he's like taking notes, and he just kind of like nods, and he says helpful. He doesn't say it. It's not like sarcastic. He's like helpful. It's almost sarcastic. And he's like, okay, so he was lying on the ground when you arrived, and did you see anything suspicious?
No, not really. Nothing suspicious.
He
No
goes,
mist, no moon.
I see. Well, he kind of like pauses for a second, looks back, and he's like, it seems we need to get him to a hospital, but thank you for stepping in and being there. I will have more questions for you. Could I get a contact number?
Sure. And I'm gonna give him my number.
Okay, yeah.
Because
555, you know,
yeah,
he writes it down.
50555.
And so he jots that down at the top of his sheet and says, oh, and name.
Siobhan Kelly.
Got it. Thank you, Siobhan. And thank you, the rest of you. And he kind of goes back to check, and the EMTs have gotten this kid up on a stretcher and are now wheeling him back into the elevator to try and get him back down the stairs to the lobby and get him out. And the mother is going with them. The father comes over and just he hands out his hand to Phoenix.
Phoenix will look at the hand for a second.
We talked about this. You've just got to shake it.
Ah, right. And we'll take the hand very firmly and like shake it just a little too hard.
Yeah. Hey, good luck learning the town. Thank you for helping. I don't know what happened or what you did, but I was real worried for a second there, and things seemed to be a little better after you stepped in. And he pulls out a card. His name is George Foreman, and he works for a bank locally. It's a chain, and so you can see that he's actually from a state away. And he just says, "This is my cell number here. If you need to get in touch with me, please just let me know. I really do appreciate what you did. We're gonna head down to the hospital with him, and hopefully he'll wake up soon."
There is no need to thank me. It is all part of my great duty here to prevent the end of days, as I am the light and the sword and the way to defend the meek from darkness.
He smiles and says,
He didn't get bitten or anything, did he?
Bitten?
Just checking.
Good luck to you and your quest to stop the end of days. And he nods and kind of briskly walks down. He takes the stairs to catch up to the elevator, which has already started going down.
And we have exceeded 10 retweets, and at the moment that still means Wild Magic surges.
Okay.
Should I just roll it random?
Yeah, let's roll at random and see what happens.
Yeah, I hand the business card over to Shiv. I don't have a cell phone.
Yeah, you don't. It's
Chris.
okay. It's all right.
Ooh, all the fours.
Nice fours. Good fours.
Oh, fours.
I know 404 off the top of my head, but I don't know 444 because 404 is target cannot be found.
Hey.
Yeah, so I did kind of realize that I think when you arrived, it would have been read a bad situation instead of investigate a mystery. The idea is that investigating a mystery, and this kind of explains your character's trait for Grace. Investigate a mystery involves kind of like asking questions and seeing what you uncover, whereas read a bad situation would be more about like what you can perceive.
Cool.
About a threatening, potentially dangerous situation. Okay, so, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so, yeah, the hall is now pretty empty. The police officers have kind of gone with this kid, but has your information to get in touch and ask follow-up questions once the immediate concerns are kind of addressed. And you're all left in this empty hallway. A couple of people are poking their heads out to see what the commotion was about. There's a man down the hall who kind of looks out, and he's looks tired. His hair's a little bit ruffled, and he said, everything okay out there?
I don't really much like all this attention, guys. Can we get back to our room, please?
Yeah, let's do that.
No, we should set wards around the building.
And I have a move called Oops. It's if you want to stumble across something important, tell the keeper, and I will find something important and useful, but not necessarily related to the immediate problems. Can I use that here?
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely.
I'd like to sort of stumble across something.
So you all are heading back to your room?
I am.
Yeah, okay, so Grace kind of leads the way. Shiv, as you turn to follow back to your room, you accidentally kick something across the floor.
Huh.
And as you look down, you realize that there's a cell phone lying in the hall still. It must have gotten missed in the whole hubbub of things.
Weird. I'm gonna pick that up.
Okay. You all head back to your room. The people in the hallway didn't really get great answers to the questions, but it's getting late and everyone's kind of tired, and most of the attention seems to have died down anyway. There isn't a whole ton more to see, so they kind of duck back into their room, shut the door, and settle in for the night. And you all find yourself back kind of in the main room. Trickshot's room is off to the side where all of his guns are tucked into bed. But for now, you find yourself together. They're like connected. It's like one of those, like the door locks from both sides, but there's a door between the two rooms.
Well, I guess I'll stay with the main party for now then.
Yeah.
I guess I will flump down into an armchair with my laptop and just flip it up again.
I'm gonna lay down across one of the sides of the bed and start playing with the phone and trying to unlock it. See what it does.
So you kind of pull it up, and it unlocks kind of when you turn it. It doesn't have a passcode or anything. And across the screen is a game. And it's kind of flashing and blinking. It says it's paused in the middle of the screen. But you recognize that this is a great cell phone game. How familiar are you with pop culture in the mundane world? As a mundane yourself.
I would say I'm familiar with it up until I started traveling, and like I've been out of the loop. The last game I remember playing was like Plants vs. Zombies.
Okay.
that
So
kind of
you
thing.
would not know exactly what this is just by looking at it.
Yeah.
But the longer you look at the screen, the heavier you feel your eyelids getting. A yawn kind of tickles at your throat.
God, at this time in the morning, that is a dangerous move.
Feel tired.
All my moves on.
It's weighing on your mind.
Go on, Shiv.
I mean, I understand social interactions are tiring, but you're usually pretty good at that stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I guess it's just 3 a.m. or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna.
No, it's not 3 a.m. Shit.
Good.
Is everything all right?
I mean, we could get an early night and investigate tomorrow, but something about that seems weird to me.
No, it's fine. We should maybe go to sleep for right now. Should be okay. I think it's fine.
You want to go to sleep, yeah. This screen is like flashing at you, and it feels like you're tired. It's heavy on your head, but it's also not really something you feel like you can look away from. And it's still paused. I mean, it's not doing anything. And as you kind of watch it, the rest of your group talking around you, the screen suddenly like flashes and blinks off.
Would we recognize this as abnormal behavior for Shiv?
Or at least not her phone.
Yeah, yeah, I would say, Shiv, do you have your phone accessible otherwise, like your own phone?
It's like in my pocket, and I imagine Shiv wears like cargo pants with a lot of pockets in it. But
Awesome.
they would know my phone. I probably have like a phone with like one of those rubberized like Hello Kitty covers or something. So it's just like that. This is definitely not her phone.
Okay.
Maybe it's Choker Cat. I don't know.
Phoenix, does Shiv usually get this tired when peering through her window to the other dimension?
Shiv, did you steal someone's phone?
So when it clicks off, do I also fall asleep? Am I still kind of in the same state, or do I come back?
You still feel tired, but you're like a less affected now that it's gone off.
No, I didn't steal it. I found it. Oh god. Oh wow, I'm tired. I'm just gonna put the phone aside. Oh. I didn't steal it. I found it in the hallway. Oh wait, wasn't that lady looking for her phone?
I think that's technically still theft.
Probably not. We're just holding on to it for now. We can find her in the morning and give it to her.
Alright,
Or we could take it out right now.
I don't want to really deal with anyone else tonight. I've had enough crowds and people. The bar was bad enough.
We didn't get you enough tequila.
I'm really more of a white wine person, really.
Tequila's the best thing about this plane so far.
We've still got a lot to show you, haven't we? Should we put that device somewhere safe for now?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, it's you're feeling drained.
Yeah, I don't remember feeling this tired before we came in here.
Is everything alright?
I think so.
And Trickshot's starting to do the awkward shuffle towards the door, like he might be outstaying his welcome, he's not sure, so he's sort of like doing the...
I mean, well, maybe we should just head to bed then.
I think Grace just gets up, wanders over to Shiv, and just like looks creepily close into her face, just like it's like right in her eyes. Are you sure everything's fine?
I guess I'm just tired. I don't know. It's oncoming. It's like really fast, but I think I'm okay.
This isn't like you, Shiv. You're usually so energetic.
I took a nap in the car.
Yeah, Grace, you would notice that like Shiv looks tired, like kind of has the deep circles under her eyes now. It's like she did not look like that earlier.
Fucking hell, Shiv, that's my aesthetic.
I'm stealing your brand.
How dare you? I I'll just give her a little slap.
Mm.
Not enough to hurt. Just be like, seriously though, snap out of it. This isn't like you.
It's
Okay. I'm
jarring.
trying. I can't. Okay. Nope. Wait. Phoenix? B?
Yes.
Didn't you say you were feeling tired earlier? Like,
I believe that is the word that best describes how I am feeling. I am not sure. I am usually just the epitome of the embodiment of energy. And they'll take off their sunglasses and you just see like the pure gold blazing eyes.
I mean, if you're all just saying we need to get an early night, I can take the hint. I mean, we can pick this up in the morning. I'll see you guys in the morning then.
And Trickshot's gonna like lead himself out. Everyone's talking about being tired. He's picking up some social cues.
Dropping those hints.
I'm gonna stay up a bit. I don't think in a bit of a twist of fate, I don't think I feel like sleeping yet. But if you guys want to turn in, that's fine.
I mean, I'll be polishing my guns for a little while if you want somewhere to come and hang out.
I mean, you're welcome to polish mine as well while you're at it.
Yes, that would be best.
Yeah.
Poor maintenance leads to misfires.
I'll keep an eye on these guys for a bit.
I think it's the phone. Don't look at the phone.
I immediately go to find the phone.
Your phone? Or
the phone that she told us not to look at.
Okay, yeah, you can pick it up. It's still off right now. It had definitely something on it earlier. You could kind of see the brightness like reflected on Shiv's face, but now it's not really responding to anything.
You said something weird about this phone.
Yeah. No. Wait. Stop. Don't.
That's not going to work. Can I attempt to use magic? If there's something inside the phone, one of the use magic moves is banish a spirit or curse from an object, person, or place it inhabits.
Okay, so are you wanting to just kind of try and use that and see?
Yeah, I think she just wants to see what happens.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that. How would that look narratively?
I think she's got the phone in one hand, and I think she turns it on as she does it, and in her other hand she's holding this little silver locket pendant that is her, basically like her equivalent of her supernatural arcane focus kind of thing.
Okay.
And is that plus weird?
It is plus weird.
Oh, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll it. I think that's more fun narratively.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So on a 10 and up, the magic works flawlessly. You cast the spell without any adverse effects, and for a moment the phone like responds a little bit, like there's a little bit of like crackling energy. It sparks just a little bit, but then that effect kind of wears off and nothing seems to have happened.
Okay, well, we can rule out the fact that it's been possessed by some kind of malevolent spirit, so there's that, I suppose.
You also get to choose an effect. I'm not sure how easily to fit them all in this situation, but if there's one that works for you.
Ooh, yeah. Sorry, I'm still quite new to these rules.
Yes, it's understandable. I'm like flipping back and forth the things y'all are doing.
You're doing a wonderful job, by the way.
Thank you.
So she was trying to root something out of the device if there was anything there. So I guess she's kind of trying to identify, so if anything could be kind of sensed or identified, or any kind of telepathic connection or anything.
Okay, yeah, because I do, that was a success, like wildly. So I feel despite the fact that the magic has no effect, you get the sense that there was something there before.
Okay, so we might be
Kind of a
dealing with.
residual.
There is something fucky up with this phone. Hopefully, it's not now in you, Shiv. You doing alright over there?
Me?
Yeah, you don't feel like anything transferred, maybe, into you?
No, I feel the opposite. I think.
Huh.
That
Huh.
you transferred
Yeah.
something into it.
I feel like I'm less.
Well, I tried to remove whatever was in it, and if you did transfer something into it, it's not there now. There's nothing left in it, so if there was something, but whatever it is moved on. I would be careful if you check your own devices.
Oh.
I'm just gonna bang on Trickshot's door. Hi, excuse me in there. There is something weird in the phone, but it's okay. It's not in there now. Have fun with your guns.
I'll just call for it. Do you need me to shoot it?
No, it's fine. I magicked it. There was nothing there anymore anyway.
Alright.
Goes back to sleep. Goes back to polishing his guns without nary a care in the world.
By this point, I hope you literally mean you're just polishing your guns.
He's actually a very wiry guy. There's not a lot to him. But he's very good with his guns.
Yeah. So what do you all end up doing for the night?
I'm gonna be checking through my phone and my laptop and any other electrical equipment that I have.
Okay. Are you trying to magically suss out anything, or just kind of investigating? normally?
I think she'd start by investigating normally. I think she'd click straight to magic. Just see if there's any similar. Yeah. But
So
she
you're-
definitely wouldn't be able to sleep for a while.
Checking your phone, your laptop, things like that. You don't seem to find anything. Nothing you notice has the same effect that's that you saw in Shiv, and a little bit earlier with the Phoenix, because that exhaustion that you kind of saw go over them. Phoenix, you're still very tired.
Yeah, Phoenix doesn't know what to do with this feeling. They don't get tired.
Yeah.
So they're just they're sitting on the edge of the bed where Shiv is, just kind of watching and just be like, so when you get this tired, you just
You close your eyes for however long, and then you wake up, and it goes away. That's all.
I feel like that is a waste of time during the day that you could be doing something else.
You're really right, and it's the best waste of time.
Maybe you two should both try sleeping for a bit. I'll hold down the fort.
Do that. I'm gonna roll over and go to sleep at a really awkward angle on the bed.
After about 40 minutes, Trickshot will gently knock on the door.
Grace, your guns are clean.
Thanks, Trickshot. I probably won't use them, but cheers anyway.
Some kind of hotel laundry service.
And Phoenix, what do you end up doing?
Phoenix ends up, you know how cats mirror human behavior or whatever? It's basically that. So Phoenix has just decided to try to match what Shiv is doing down to the awkward angle on the bed.
So it's mirroring the okay, her leg is like this, so mine should be just there, and you find yourself somewhat curled up at this awkward angle on the bed, And do you close your eyes like she told you to?
I love how much Kiana's face is saying this is a trap.
It is
It's
a
like
trap.
I
Probably.
this is the perfect thing of like being player. Me, the player, has certain feelings and theories, and Phoenix would never.
Yeah, so like the instinct to know it's a trap. I also have another move called "Don't worry, I'll check it out." Whenever you go off by yourself to check out somewhere or something scary, mark experience.
Oh, good. Good. Wow, mundanes are fun. Okay.
They're fun. You just get rewarded for being me.
Yeah. And Phoenix, as you kind of lay down awkwardly, your eyelids are feeling heavy. They're easy to close, and you feel sleep wash over you for the first time in your life.
I think when I notice that they're both asleep, I would like just go and put a blanket over them both. Just be like, then go back to my armchair.
Yeah, you keep kind of searching through the devices, but again, like there's nothing really unusual about them. You can pull up the internet just fine. There was a Wi-Fi card that you got when you connect, you not logged into the hotel. You checked into the hotel, so you can log on to the internet from your room. You just have to like put in your room number and like yada yada. But everything seems to be working normally. Nothing's glitching or anything.
Once she's sure of that, I think she would just end up researching whether there are any similar kind of like fainting pandemics or attacks that have occurred in this area. And I imagine she would probably end up falling asleep whilst still like her laptop on her lap, just like in this chair.
Yeah. So you are kind of falling asleep, and you see a slight flicker from the screen. It just kind of like flashes for a second blue, and then it goes back to normal. But what's odd is your phone does the same thing at the same time, and so does the television screen in the room. And then it's back to normal, and your web searches are there just as you left them. The document, you had all your notes in, and everything's there. Your phone, the lock screen looks normal again. Phoenix, you sleep and you dream. What do you dream about for the first time in your life?
Oh, that's weird. I think they have snippets of previous incarnations and their lives. So just Great Phoenix of Vermilion Heaven Great Vermilion Phoenix of Heaven Sky is not the first of them. They're basically the latest incarnation of this celestial. And so, yeah, they're probably getting like flashes of other previous lives, essentially. They'll think that like, oh, it's me, but I don't remember. I sort of remember doing this. I don't really remember doing this. So we'll look at their hands as like a totally different, person, and it kind of just keeps going.
Yeah, you're seeing flashes of like different decades, and you may have experienced some of this before, just because you're very connected to your past lives. I mean, they're all still a part of you, but it's never been quite like this, where you felt so immersed in this like kind of heavy atmosphere. Like it's hard to get out of, but it's also completely normal. Like, oh yeah, totally, I'm here a couple decades back hanging out with that Phoenix in the 80s, like it's just very, oh, okay, yeah, normal. But you see so many different moments from their lives, especially as for the longest time the Phoenix was a protector but was not called to action, and you're the first Phoenix in a very long time to face the end of the world. So you all wake up the next morning. Trick shot next door. Did you finish cleaning the guns?
Yep.
And did you go to sleep after that?
I probably, I get the feeling, maybe I'm just channeling myself here, but I get the feeling that Trickshot doesn't sleep much. So he might have snoozed for a few hours. Maybe just a couple of hours. Just a top up,
Okay.
you know.
Grace does not approve.
Like someone else we know?
Sorry?
Like someone else we know?
Can't think who.
So, Trickshot takes a brief nap after everything that's said and done. And there is a free breakfast down in the lobby of the hotel, as they kind of said again when you checked in yesterday.
Trickshot will 100% try out this shower. It's another great thing about this plane. Hot water. It's great.
Yeah.
And he's going to head down to the lobby in the white fluffy gown that they give people.
That's called a towel.
That too, yeah.
Grace, Shiv, and Phoenix, you all find yourself waking up the next morning as
Oh, my back. Never fall asleep in a chair.
Phoenix just bolts upright. You're like, huh. So that's what sleeping is like.
Did you have fun?
I don't know. Do I feel well rested? Do I feel rested?
Yeah, so you feel better now that you've kind of gotten this full night of sleep. It may have been a little bit hard to kind of wake up in the morning feeling a little bit draggy, a little bit like you woke up for a 7 a.m. game. But like
Topical.
Other than that, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I feel much better. Must have just been temporary, I guess. I don't know. Let's go get some breakfast.
Yes, that's... And I'm just like looking kind of paranoid at all the various screens as we leave.
Yeah, they're not reacting. Things seem pretty peaceful, like a normal hotel. And you can all head downstairs. You see at the end of the hall, the housekeeping service is kind of starting to make their way down the doors, and so they have their cart all set up, and they're knocking at the very end of the hall. They've got a ways to go before they reach your room. But they're getting started on the day, and a couple of people, come out with their suitcases, checking out first thing in the morning. But others are just heading down to the lobby to grab their own breakfast.
Are you alright? You seem even more skittish than usual.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, just some weird stuff with the power last night. It all seemed okay, but the television and like my phone and stuff, it all flashed at one point, and I'm starting to get a very funny feeling about the, I don't know, screens? Broadcasting devices? I don't know. Something's not right.
Weird. I'm gonna pull
Are
out my
they not
phone.
supposed to flash? Sorry. Because I believe when you press the thing, they do flash to turn on.
Yes, but they shouldn't just, when they're turned off, they shouldn't just do it without you telling them to, right?
I suppose so.
It might be worth asking someone if they had any kind of power surge, power outage during the night. Anything? If anyone else saw anything strange?
Maybe. I'm gonna take out my phone and check it. Just screen. There should be a battery life. What's the word? Record on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you didn't charge it last night?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's at high battery, like 94%.
Weird. Weird. And I'm gonna see how long it's been on for, with its like battery analytics.
Yeah, it's been on, I guess, since you last turned it on.
Yeah, it doesn't show that mine did anything weird.
I would say for not charging it last night, it is at a strange amount of battery.
Yeah, except like I had it at 60 something percent yesterday, and now it's 94.
Well,
yeah.
that is kind of strange. You could have mentioned that before. Attention to detail, Shiv. Come on, we've talked about this.
It's Choco Cat.
I'm just gonna like march anime style down towards the breakfast. I'm gonna order some breakfast for Trickshot. He's not gonna let him scare any more wait stuff.
Yeah, so the bar that you were at last night, the one that's kind of in the hotel, is right next to the breakfast area, and you have like little tickets. It's not like just your normal complimentary breakfast. It's like the buffet, but you have your ticket to the buffet, so you have to have your ticket in order to get free food, or food that you paid for yesterday, and yeah, the person up at the front is happy to take your ticket as you reach the breakfast area.
I guess you'd probably be able to spot Trickshot sitting down somewhere in like a fluffy gown, a towel, toast in front of him.
Oh, I just need a lot of coffee.
Yeah, there's definitely coffee. There's a whole section dedicated to coffee with like cream and sugar and other fixings.
She makes the sweetest, most disgusting coffee possible, and and for like a few pastries and stuff, secret sweet tooth, and then just goes and plonks herself down next to Trickshot.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, they have all sorts of stuff. They have like, the eggs and biscuits and sausage, but they also have fruits, and they also have cereals and oatmeal and pastries. So they have like bagels and muffins and like cinnamon buns, all kind of in this long buffet line.
I think she has about 4 chocolate muffins and a really sweet coffee. You look very comfortable this morning.
These garments are most pleasing. Soft
Right.
on the skin.
You are going to have to get changed after breakfast, you know.
He's the only one in this robe in this entire place. Everyone else like looks kind of nice and ready for the day.
Why doesn't everyone wear their breakfast clothes?
I mean, most people just wear their normal day clothes when they have breakfast. I mean, there's no law against it, but you're gonna get a few weird looks. Besides, just imagine if some werewolf was to suddenly attack out of nowhere, you wouldn't really be able to protect yourself very well.
He pulls a gun from under the towel. He's wearing a garter
No,
belt.
put it. Oh shit! Fucking hell! Oh,
He's like,
please put
I'm
that
always
away.
ready.
Just
put that
puts it
away.
back again.
One of the people at the table next to you is like, "Oh my god, are you allowed to have that?"
I just flash a private investigator warrant or something that we've made in the past to
Where?
try and cover this thing up.
Where are we? Are we not in America somewhere? I thought this was normal for you guys.
Yeah, they're like, oh. They go back to digging into their eggs, but they keep like sparing you those like sideways glances the rest of breakfast.
Yeah, Phoenix will probably join them with. So Phoenix doesn't need to eat. It's kind of like just a pleasantry and like fitting in thing, except they have the weirdest food combinations and like condiment with food combinations. They think it's fine. But it's like, have ketchup with like,
Bagels?
your pastry. It's really,
Yeah.
It's really all over the place.
That's normal for Phoenix. Strange eating.
Oh, I wonder if they let me get some more muffins.
I do not see what would be stopping you, Grace.
Basic dignity, perhaps? Never mind. I'm not going to go into that kettle of fish now. And she's like anxiously like checking, see if there's like those televisions you get in a lot of like hotel restaurants that usually have like football on or something.
Yeah, so this
Sorry,
one
soccer.
This area is a little bit like they don't actually have any screens in the area, but like you can kind of look towards the front desk and they do have some hanging above the desk there. And there is, sure, they play soccer in the morning.
They always play.
Okay, then soccer's totally on the screen.
I'm just like, my eyes are flicking between that, my phone, just looking around.
Yeah, there's a brief flash again as you look at it, and it just kind of flashes green, and you can see the person at the desk like look up at the screen when it happens and like picks up the remote and starts kind of like fiddling with the settings, making sure it's okay, and then they kind of shrug and put the remote back, and everything seems fine. The game is back on.
Shiv, did you see that? That's exactly what I was talking about.
Huh?
Look,
What's going on? What are you looking at? I don't know. I'm gonna.
The screen is flashing again. Okay, there's really something strange going on with.
I don't not believe you. I'm just not seeing it.
Some sort of interference with the dimension door. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, what he said, more or less.
Maybe. I'm going to go get myself some breakfast, and I wanna use my oops move to stumble across something important that's not necessarily related to the immediate problems, but still useful.
Yeah. So let's see. Not necessarily related to the immediate problems. Okay. So as you kind of are you stepping out of the breakfast room?
I could like maybe if I saw something, like I go and I start making myself some cereal, and like I accidentally spill some, and then maybe look out and see something.
Okay, yeah. So the housekeeper that you saw earlier making her way down the hall of floor 4 comes out of the elevator and rushes up to the front desk.
I'm gonna go follow that.
Yeah, you can. And she looks a little bit harried, panicked, and you notice as you are walking that she has dropped a key card. And it says room 431 on it.
Always the 4th floor?
Always the 4th floor.
Weird. I'm gonna take that. And I'm gonna go over to my friends and be like 431 and go out to check it.
I'd stuff my last muffin in my face and like get up and follow.
Okay. Yeah. The elevator dings, and you can put in floor 4, and you find your way back up to where your room is, to where the hubbub was last night as well, and to room 431, which is really just a few doors down from y'all's in 426, and the key card works easily. The light flashes green, and the door opens up.
I'll just go and get dressed, I guess.
Trickshot ducks down the hallway to go. The door opens, and inside the room is dark, save for the light from the television screen, which is showing a game of soccer. And on the bed watching the screen is someone. They don't turn to look at you when the door opens. Their eyes are fixed on the screen, unmoving.
Oh, wow. That's great. I'll approach them. I'll don't worry, I'll check it out.
Yeah. You take experience for going to check it out, and if you could read a bad situation using sharp, please.
Okay.
What did you
We'll
get?
it rolling today, everybody.
Roll20 hates us today. Someone get Eric Vulgaris in here.
Okay. What did you end up getting?
I got a 4.
Oh,
so good.
ow. And I do think every time you fail, you mark experience too. So that's what.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think it just occurred to me as
No,
well.
that's okay.
So if you
just
failed
I
so
wasn't even
far,
thinking
mark
about that.
experience.
I forgot the game we were playing.
Shiv, I think that puts you at like 3 experience now. Yeah,
It does.
pretty good. Ish, I guess. So on a miss, you might misread the situation. Essentially, everything looks normal. He looks to be watching the screen, but there doesn't seem to be anything amiss. There's no real problem. They're just very entranced by what's going on the TV.
Yeah, you don't interrupt people while they're watching football. I've learned this from the UK friends who have come over to the Midwest. The World Cup is not to be trifled with.
And he doesn't look at you either. While you actually do recognize this man from last night. He popped his head out to ask if everything was okay. With the ruckus at the elevator, but he is just watching the TV, doesn't look at you at all. Dark circles under his eyes. Quiet.
I'll just back away for a bit. Anyone follow Grace? You followed me, right?
Yes, I'm probably just looking at you like, Chef, no one is this entranced by football. And I'm from over there, okay? Not even we care that much. Well, some of us. I never fucking cared.
He seems just really into it. I think we should go.
Hold on. I'm gonna try something. Oh, he might not even know that I did, okay? And I want to try what I did on the first guy, and just the concept of privacy clearly means nothing to me because I just want to check into his mind briefly.
Yeah.
So I guess this is this now read a bad situation? Did we decide it's more like that?
No, so yours is investigate a mystery because of how your ability works.
Okay. Now, did I have... I'm trying to have a look. Could I use my nat 20 for this?
You could.
Nice. Nice, then I shall.
Okay. Let me hop back over to what it means to investigate a mystery. Okay. So with a natural 20, you get 2 hold. Essentially, this means you can spend a hold to ask one of the following questions, which I can read off really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
What happened here?
Yep.
What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can it hurt? Where can it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here?
Okay, so I think I would spend 1 just to ask what actually happened here, because this has been happening to a few people, and it's kind of like want to know what exactly is going on with people's heads.
Okay. Yeah, so it's strange. You hop into this person's mind and there's very little remnants, really, leftover thoughts that linger in the mind after someone has died.
Oh shit. And I'm pretty sure this guy is dead then.
Yeah, you can make that assumption.
Okay, well, this is weird. I've never gone inside a dead guy's mind before. Okay, and I've got one more question.
You've got one more question.
Okay. Oh god, it's so hard to choose. Okay. What sort of creature is it?
All right. You can you as you're kind of in this mind, there are these lingering thoughts, and it's not as panicked or as busy as the child's mind was last night. And you are seeing these images and you're seeing these thoughts, and you can see the soccer game he was watching late last night, around the time that there was a surge on your screen, actually. And the screen flashes blue, and you see this face take shape for a moment, except it's not a humanoid face. It's just the very bare minimum of this somewhat electrical, pixelated creature. This spirit flashing on the screen with a wicked grin. And then you feel this person seize up, and that is the last thing that they remember.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna draw her out of there. Shiv, we need to get out of here. I need to find the others. This man is dead. Oh.
And with that, I think we are going to take our quick session break. We're at the halfway point.
Okay.
Well.
I'm going to step away for a second and take a quick breather.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
take
we
care.
all will. So I'm going to change over to the Be Right Back screen, and I'm going to mute you guys in 5, 4, 3. Welcome to production behind the screen. And you guys are now muted. I can't hear you. Stream can't hear you. And I'm going to say see you later. See you later, stream. We'll be back in a little bit. Bye.
gonna get real, give you a thrill, only the girl. You listen to the band playing music that charms, but can't you understand? It's the girl in your arms. With two hearts and spine, you're going to find that there is romance, not in the dance, only the girl.
Oh yeah, muted. Teehee. Welcome. Oh hi. So I'm just going to talk. You know, microphone fails. So next stream, Alice is in. Alice is in the next stream at noon, which is going to be 5E. And Chaotic Rogue Natalie will be running a game 5 PM of Scion, which is the first time I've played that game. And I am just going to carry on talking as if you guys could hear me the whole time. It'll be fine. And then this evening I'm playing a Chaos System game. Chaos System is tons of fun. Tons of fun. Chaos System. Teehee. Yeah, I'm thinking cheap kung fu movie. That's my thoughts. I'm not sure if people over there are. We can hear you. Oh, that's good. That's good. Awesome. Yeah, Renee's been absolutely slaying it today, but I'm not sure. I think everyone's ready. Is everyone ready? Everyone ready? They're not looking at me. Hand signal's not working. I'll just go and unmute myself so they can hear me. Hey, you guys, give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Thumbs up, sweet. Let's bring you guys in then. Fading across now. Sound effects. Oh, hi! Welcome back!
Hi, welcome back. Does someone want to catch anyone who hopped into chat up on what happened before the break?
Well, we are a group of hunters who have stopped by at a hotel to rest for the night when some shit went down. A boy had collapsed, and we have, after kind of great. This is ominous music. I love it. After dealing with that, we realized that the screens seem to be making people tired and are doing weird things, like turning on spontaneously. And so half the crew had found a key card to a room where they went to go investigate, and upon entering have found a man sitting up watching television and pretty very dead from my understanding, with his last memory in this vessel that used to be his body, being that he was watching TV when some form of weird electrical monster came and left, and everything is fine.
So, yeah, you're in this room. Trickshot is down the hall getting dressed. And Grace has just made this announcement, and Shiv, your phone rings.
I look at Grace and I make eye contact with her, and then I look down at the phone, back at her. I'll be like, I'm gonna take this.
If it possesses you, I'm snapping you out of it.
Okay.
Hello, hello, Siobhan? Siobhan
Yeah.
Kelly?
Shiv is good. Hello.
Oh, Shiv. Hi, it's Joe, the detective who spoke to you yesterday.
Oh, hello, detective. How are you?
I'm doing surprisingly well given the situation last night. It was a bit of a tense situation, but I thought you'd like to know that the kid seems to be doing well. He's stable, still asleep, but nothing seems to be wrong with his vitals. I think the expectation is he will make a full recovery. I am on my way back to the hotel now. There's actually been another incident. Do you mind if I set up a time to maybe talk with you while I'm there?
I don't mind that at all. Wouldn't happen to be room 431, would it?
I probably shouldn't.
I'll see you when you get here.
Oh, okay. Be there soon. And you hear a click.
Oh, I'm such a garbage fire.
Shiv, we should probably not be in the dead guy's room.
Hmm?
We should probably not be in the dead guy's room.
Yeah, probably no. I'm gonna leave.
Let's go.
Yeah.
March back to room 426.
Yeah. And Trickshot is next door in room 428. And you, Trickshot, hear the door open and close as the rest of the party arrives back in the room.
Oh, fantastic. I finish pinning my cravat, straighten my waistcoat, pull on my long overcoat, and I'm ready to be seen by the world. I'll go and knock.
Oh, come in.
Thank you.
Trickshot, there's a dead guy in room 431.
Okay. Did any of you do it?
No, of course we didn't.
That's okay. Well, what's the problem then?
There's some kind of malevolent spirit in this place. It seems to be... Okay, no, let's backtrack a little bit. I went inside the guy's mind. I didn't know he was dead at the time. I don't know if it's more or less respectful to go into someone's mind if they're dead already. That's an ethical question for another time. The last thing he saw before he died was this pixelated face, only it wasn't really a human face. It was like a spirit or some kind of shade with this grin, and it came out of the television set and at him into his mind, and he froze up, and that's the last thing I got. So presumably this thing is jumping between different devices in the hotel. It might be the same thing that took the kid out last night.
So, do we shoot all of the screens?
No, but perhaps turning power off might be a good place to start. And I go and turn off unplug all the TVs and other things in this room just in case.
Yeah. So I think as you go over to the outlets and everything, the screen flashes on really quickly, and you see kind of like an outline. But then you unplugged the TV, and it's completely gone. It shuts down.
Fuck off! Back to your TV land. Oh my god. Okay.
I think when the face appears, I'm not sure Trickshot would be able to resist the urge to quick draw on it.
What?
I don't think he'd be able to resist the urge to quick draw on it. He'd probably shoot the face.
Okay.
Like, just...
You can shoot the television.
Gunshots in our room. It's fine.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can shoot the television. That is fine.
I think I might have got it.
Yes, well done, Trickshot. You definitely got it. I'm so proud of you. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hey, how much harm does that shot do?
Does 2 harm. It's close, it requires reload, and it's very loud.
Yeah. So this screen just like shatters. I mean, some glass splinters out everywhere. It kind of happens at that same moment that the TV screen is unplugged. So like you shoot it and it goes black right afterwards, and you can't really tell if it's because you shot it or because Grace pulled the plug. But it's it just splinters and cracks, and there's a hole in the middle of this television screen. A couple moments later, you hear a knock at the door.
That was some very precise shooting.
Why, thank you, Phoenix.
I'll go and answer the door with the gun smoking in my hand.
I'm gonna stop you from doing that.
What's wrong, Shiv?
The door.
Shiv, please handle this.
Yep, I got it.
Trickshot, back in your room.
What's wrong?
Shiv. And you recognize the detective from yesterday.
Oh, good morning, officer. How are you?
Funny thing, I did hear a gunshot from this room.
Yeah, that happened. I'm pretty sure he has a license to carry, don't you, Steve?
Steve. Oh, Steve. Yes, I have a a license to carry?
Sometimes the gun goes off. And and I turn to the TV that's smoking in the background. TV can just be so realistic these days.
He kind of nods a little bit and says, well, I am not responsible for what happens with hotel property, but I do think that's a bit dangerous, and you might ought to put the guns away. I will have to see some license. Shiv, can you roll to manipulate someone, please?
Sure. I will certainly
is your
roll to
charm.
manipulate. I'm going to get arrested today, everybody, based on the way my rolls are happening.
No, it's okay. We got magic. We're fine.
Oh God.
You've got somebody who's really good with a gun, somebody who has magic, and another who is literally a celestial being.
I'm currently
good. I got a
realizing.
9.
Oh.
So it happens, but I think I get a drawback for that.
I'm realizing now that all of my abilities are combat based. I apologize, everyone.
I'm mostly charming, so.
Thank God.
Okay, so yeah, with that, there's like the ramification is they will do it, but they kind of demand something from you in return. So they kind of Joe kind of nods and he's like, okay, I will have to see some license. And you mentioned you were in room 431. I'd like to ask you some questions about that as well. Can you explain to me why you seem to be at the center of all of the bad situations happening around the Belmont?
I'm in the center of a lot of bad situations happening all the time. It's a normal day for me.
He kind of nods and he says, I can relate to that given my career, but I'm afraid that's not exactly what I mean.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. We got in late last night, 3 a.m. or so. I thought I dropped my key card, picked it up, didn't realize I was in the wrong room, found a guy there, tried to tell him to get out of my room. He wouldn't move. You know how it is.
And instead of calling the cops, then...
Oh, you called me.
Fair enough. He kind of looks around at the others in the room and he's like, can any of you explain to me what is going on?
There's a demon in the telly.
A demon? in the television, and that's why you shot it?
There was
Can anyone...
some kind of power surge. We're worried there might be something up with the hotel's electrics. My friend here is a bit reactionary. But it's fine.
See.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
You think
But
something's
yes.
wrong with the electricity across the whole hotel?
I've noticed a few. Well, now you come to mention, I've noticed a few strange things. I have noticed screens have been flashing, shorting out across the hotel. I saw it in the restaurant downstairs. And our television did this as well. And I'm worried that it might pose a danger if there is a power surge. If there's any cable somewhere, it might be a potential fire hazard. It might be worth alerting the hotel staff.
Officer, just out of curiosity, I have something to tell you, but first a question. Are you wearing a body cam?
No?
No? Oh gosh, that makes this so much more difficult. Officer, you're in some deep crap right now. I'm so sorry. Here, let's... do you mind if I take a recording of something? Anything?
No, I don't. What is going on? What do you mean I'm in trouble? What is?
I think
Are you
everybody in this
threat-
hotel is in trouble.
Are you
This is
threatening me?
hard to explain.
No, no one's threatening you, I promise.
No one's hurting you, except for I point at the TV. That thing, whatever that
Trickshot
was.
like holds up the smoking gun, like, oh, we're all about protection.
Oh, you know what? They should have security footage in the hotel. We can go and review that.
Shiv, are we just coming clean here?
I don't see what there is to come clean about. I mean, he's not wearing a body cam, and honestly, he's going to learn some things that he didn't want to learn today. So we might as well.
Is
Right,
there
it's-
something to come clean about? Do you have something to admit?
Well, I mean, we prefer to keep this on the down low, but we're kind of private investigators of anomalous behavior. Is that what we decided to call it? Shiv?
Pretty much. I specialize in werewolves.
Huh. Werewolves, huh?
If you need some form of proof, I can probably show you something that you wouldn't otherwise believe. But we are here to help. Definitely.
Hey, Fee, can you take off your glasses?
I mean, I'd be happy to. Although, weren't you the one that told me that I had to keep them on? As
Yeah, you have to keep them on normally, but if you could just take them off.
Yeah, Phoenix will just pull off the sunglasses. Should I do the other demonstration stuff?
How much of the room will be left when you do that?
I will keep it just to my hands.
Okay.
Hand. Flame.
You need to sit down.
He's just he's kind of processing. He lets you kind of lead him over to a chair, and he just holds his head for a second and looks like he's breathing. And he kind of goes, werewolves?
Correct, yes. Werewolves.
But there aren't any werewolves here. We seem to be dealing with some kind of spirit phenomenon, maybe a malevolent poltergeist or some other kind of specter.
I don't have special powers, I just have guns.
Guns, right. Okay, and that explains shooting the screen.
The demon in the screen, yeah.
Right. So you think these are connected then?
Yes. I mean, the only thing we can be sure about is that everyone in this hotel is probably in quite a bit of danger. Shiv, wouldn't you agree?
I would. Between the fainting last night, I picked up and I hand the cell phone from the mother's kid who dropped last night to the officer and say, this belonged to her, and if I stared into it for too long, it started affecting me in a similar way to the man in 431, I think.
It's worth clarifying, for the man in 431 was killed by this spiritual
That's
entity.
probably evidence, so you should take it with you. Don't look at it too long.
Yeah, he kind of turns it, and it immediately lights up, and he clicks the button to the home screen, and he says, "This was what phone again?"
The child who fainted last night, I think it belongs to his parents.
He's like looking through it. He says, "This game, gosh, my nieces and nephews play this game. Citadawn.
Citadawn?
Citadawn. It's a popular game on the apps and the computers and everything. He was maybe playing this game, and then something happened, and then you said the man in 431 watching soccer on the TV.
Yeah, he didn't seem to be playing any games or anything.
I don't think it's related to the app. I think it's related to this floor.
Is there some... where's the... I guess the generator room? Is that a thing in these kind of hotels?
I mean, there would likely be breakers. I could ask the hotel staff. I am going to keep this phone for evidence. At the very least, I can get it back to the family, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off.
Yeah,
and
Probably
he
a good idea.
powers down the phone and puts it away in his coat, and he says, so the breaker room. Would you like me to see if I can?
At the very least, we should recommend to the hotel staff that they disconnect, unplug all televisions.
Oh, Grace,
I'm
Grace,
gonna
that's an amazing idea. If we
need-
turn off everything, we can lure it to one spot.
Well, whilst we're working on that, I might be able to make contact with it, see if I can find out a little bit more before we engage it. But I'm
Yeah.
warning you, it might backfire, and if I suddenly freak out,
Then we shoot it.
I mean, preferably not me. Maybe just knock me out or something, I don't know. But hey, it's always worth a try, right?
Joe kind of nods and he's I'm gonna do anything I can to help you, and I will process this later. I'm gonna touch base with the team. And he kind of gets up and steps out into the hallway, and there's actually an officer kind of like right outside the door, and he steps out and he kind of like leaves the door just a little bit propped open and steps out into the hall, and there's a brief hushed conversation, and
But
After
before
one-
he sort of like leaves the hotel, can I sort of like levelly sort of?
Don't tell too many people about us, Joe. Keep this on the down low for the good of everyone.
yeah, he kind of pops his head back in as the other officer walks away, and he's like, yeah, don't know if anyone would believe me if I tried. You know, I won't tell anyone about you, and honestly, I'm not sure I should be telling you this either, but they've found another body. Someone passed away this morning. It looks like we're working on their laptop.
Maybe some of us should check that out. I might need someone to keep an eye on me if I'm going to try and pay a visit to this specter in the meantime.
Was that on this floor as well?
One floor down, actually.
Maybe it's spread overnight.
It might be spreading. Thank you, officer. We'll take it from here.
Yeah, I have your phone. I'm gonna go check with the hotel staff. I'll let you know what I find.
Okay.
Cheers.
Uh,
Are we going to get arrested?
no, it's fine. If he was wearing a body cam, he could have just reviewed the footage and found something weird, maybe. He's not, so why not tell him everything?
I find honesty's usually the best policy.
Grace, how do you want to do this?
Well, if I just go and sit down, I'll just go like sit on the bed and I'll try and concentrate. I want to see if I can find it in the hotel, and I might be able to, without it knowing, maybe that would be better. Try and work out what it's trying to do, what it wants.
Okay.
But it might be worth checking out this dead guy as well. I don't know, what do you think?
I think we need to throw all of the breakers in here. Get as much electricity out of the halls as possible. We need to investigate the body. And we need to figure out a way to turn off people's handheld devices so that we can lure it to one space.
I agree. Do you want me to try and contact it beforehand? See if I can find out a little bit more first? And then we lure it out?
I want you to distract it. Yes.
Right. In here? Or do you think I'd be better somewhere else?
Yeah, here is fine. Here is
Okay,
fine.
okay.
If we're dealing with, it might be smart. So distract it where you can, where you would be.
Okay.
And take care of yourself.
I try. Usually that's Trickshot's job.
Okay. How do you do this?
I'm going to go and sit cross-legged on the bed in the room and just try, and I'll be using my tune-in ability. But I don't know if I'm kind of waiting for if Shiv and Phoenix were going to go and check out some other stuff whilst I'm doing it, so we're kind of doing it simultaneously.
Are you?
Yep.
Should Phoenix-
Yeah, we probably go off.
Yeah, hopefully her attuning with the thing will give us enough time to like pass by cameras and stuff and do other things while we throw breakers and turn off its ability to jump around this place.
Yeah. So you can go downstairs and you see kind of the collection of officers at the hall down the way, and as you go, you get a call from Joe.
Oh, good. I'll answer that.
He says, okay, I've found the breakers where the hotel staff said they were. Is there anything I should do while I'm here?
Throw them.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Any floors specifically, or all of them?
All of them. Throw all of them and tell the hotel staff that this is a routine procedure.
Yep.
A testing.
Yep. I will
We're just
sell
testing
that
this.
to the best of my ability.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Here it goes. And
Yeah, as we go around and start doing these breaker things, finish. So with these breakers, are we supposed to actually break them, or?
and as you say that, the lights and electricity all just goes out, and the whole hallway just kind of becomes dark. The elevator doors kind of stop where they were sliding closed. And all of the officers look around kind of surprised. A couple of flashlights click on as they look around and down the hall. And excuse me, do you know what's going on?
Phoenix is glowing in the dark.
Oh.
That's happening.
Oh.
I believe that we are
rubs their eyes a
removing
little bit.
power from around here to deal with a ghost. Also, greetings, mortals. I am the Vermilion Phoenix of the Great Heavens.
Huh. The officer just kind of like steps into the hotel room and slowly shuts the door, just kind of like looking out, and is like, I think we've stumbled across more than we can handle. And then he shuts the door behind him. Grace, you're in the room as well. Trickshot, what are you? You're up in your room. Sorry, Trickshot, what are you up to?
I mean, Trickshot's going to be extra safe, so he's not just going to unplug his screens. He's probably going to put a bullet in them as well. So he's just shooting things mostly, and then we'll. I mean, the plan is to do breakers and things. He doesn't really understand any of that, so he's just gonna, like, once he's shot all the shit in his room, he's gonna go through and just sort of watch over Grace.
So, you've shot all the shit. What to the tune of what? Like, what have you shot so far?
Well, there was one of them.
And is it before or after the electricity goes off?
Probably. Let's see. What is there usually in a hotel room? There's usually just like a screen, right?
Yeah, like a television and.
Yeah, he wouldn't have a phone or anything, so. But he might put a bullet in the alarm clock just in case.
Okay, so a bullet in the television and a bullet in the alarm clock, and no phone.
Yep, no phone. And then when I've shot them, I'll unplug them, just in case that hurt it.
I'm really pleased that
And then
Grace
the
is getting her
lights go
laptop.
Yeah, the lights go out as soon as you've done this, and you know, everything powers down. Once you unplug it, I mean, there was nothing left anyway. It was already shattered, and you turn everything off, and you find yourself in darkness suddenly as everything seems to power down.
Oh, perfect. I didn't think about the lights.
You are in the room opposite. You do hear another gunshot as Trickshot shoots the television in his room. 2, and also the alarm clock right after. But you're preparing to try and investigate the spirit.
Yeah, so I'm going to use Tune In, which is roll plus weird. Attune your mind to a monster or minion, so...
Okay, go ahead and roll me plus weird, please, to use your magic.
We are great at rolling. This is amazing.
Wow.
Okay, I think... Oh, dear.
Mark an experience.
Yay.
And,
know what happens there.
yeah, so what happens is you lose control of the magic, and this never ends well. Oh, so let's see.
Oh no, I got dark
Yeah,
stuff.
I think it goes beyond a glitch, because there's definitely like glitches, but that's when you halfway succeed. Right now, I think that you are trying to reach this spirit or something, and your phone is still intact and on, correct?
Yeah, it is.
And the screen flickers on, and it's there. In this blue background, it's there, and it's looking at you. And the magic kind of lashes out of your control, and it just is staring at you, and you feel yourself staring back. And you can't look away, but your eyes are getting heavier. And you can't really feel like you can move your limbs. The exhaustion is setting in, and it's strong. And it just watches you from the phone. Trickshot, you have taken care of everything in your room.
Yep.
A mouse scurries across the floor.
Oh. I'll pick it up.
You pick it up, and it looks you dead in the eye and says, "Hey, man, I'm walking here."
Oh. Are you a magic mouse?
No, who do you think I am? And it's like wiggling.
Well, you can talk. Yeah, nice try. You've already given yourself away now, mate.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Do you know anything about this, screen demon?
A what?
The thing in the,
He points at the broken telly.
Not a clue, man.
I mean, did you just want me to put you down? Like,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, for a little guy. Oh, yeah, for a little guy. Yeah, got it. Alright. Well, I'll catch you later, Mr. Mouse. Nice to catch up.
Put it down.
Wish I could say the same. And he as soon as he gets his like little feet under him, he runs off to the corner, and you can't see him anymore.
Well, that was just plain odd.
Wild, you could say.
Almost magical. I'll confusedly reload my gun and head into Grace's room.
Yeah, you find Grace sitting in the chair, just completely mesmerized by this phone.
Does it look like it's Grace? Is there any sign that Grace is not in trouble?
I mean, Grace is probably pretty weird normally anyway, but she is just like full on staring and not blinking at this phone and probably like twitching a little bit because this is magic going.
I'm shooting the phone out of her hand.
Oh no.
I hope I'm as good a shot in this world as I am.
Before you shoot it, or are you shooting at the phone?
Well, this is the thing. Where I'm from, I'm the best shot there ever was. So I'm going to shoot it straight out of her hands, and let's see how the dice gods do.
Yeah,
hopefully better than they have been.
Weirdly kick some ass against a phone, I guess. So roll me your tough, please. Or act under pressure, just depending on how you want to argue that. If you want to act under pressure to shoot this phone out of her hands.
No, I think the other one sounded good.
Yeah, kick some ass.
Let's do it. That'd be 5.
Mark experience.
Oh no.
And you essentially shoot at this phone and it sparks and the bullet misses. Thankfully, it misses Grace as well and lodges itself in the wall. But this spark emits from the phone and you feel this like kind of wave of electrical energy coming back and you're knocked flat. Take 2 harm. Minus whatever your armor is if you have any.
I do. I have 1 armor.
There you go. 1 harm then. And you're knocked on your butt.
Oh, Grace, wake up! Grace!
Knocked on your ass instead. Grace is not responding.
Oh, hell.
Error 404. Grace cannot be found.
Okay, so I want to do something. I want to try and like identify where my enemy is. Is it still in the phone? Like,
yeah. Let's say if you could read a bad situation, roll for sharp, and then we'll touch base with Phoenix and Shiv. They're on the floor below. The elevator has stopped working and everything is off. You know that Grace is upstairs attempting to come in contact with this creature.
yeah, that'll be a 6 on the reading the situation.
Well, mark experience.
Well, we're gonna get a ton of experience, everyone.
We're the fastest leveling up party that's ever existed.
As long as we're not the fastest dying.
Yeah, you yeah, so you one of the things that you might do is reveal tactical details to your enemies. And I think that this might be the best option considering the situation. You kind of do know what's going on, so I don't think misreading it would be appropriate. But how do you kind of maybe say something that gives you all away? It doesn't have to be that exactly, but you know, some crucial information.
I probably would reveal the exact nature of like who we are to it. I'd be like,
You know, this is only gonna last for so long. Whether it's me, the Phoenix, or, you know, the things that the other people can do, which I definitely know about because we've been traveling together for a long time, one of them will be your undoing.
And you know, the the phone flashes a little bit and it lights up Grace's face, as this energy is just kind of like seeping more and more from her out.
Can I'm hesitant to ask because if it comes to a dice roll, the answer's probably going to be no. But can I just like take the phone and just throw it?
Yeah. So, yeah. Real quick, Phoenix and Shiv, what are you up to?
Shiv is gonna do the mundane brave thing where she's gonna try to find the security room with all of the TVs in it.
Okay. Yeah. You can go downstairs. The elevator is broken.
Yeah, I'll use the
Yeah.
stairs. It's fine.
Okay.
Like a
Actually,
bat swung over my shoulder, skipping
Yep.
every other stair.
yeah,
just flattening
Phoenix
down.
will kind of probably press the button for the elevator, be like, here, and just puts a hand on Shiv, and she's gonna teleport them down to the lobby.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
never mind that.
Helpful. Yeah, you find the lobby, and Joe is standing there trying to explain to the hotel staff what is going on, and he looks up and just, oh, you're here?
Why, yes, we are here.
You're
As we are
glowing.
meant to be.
Oh, that never gets less weird. Oh,
Oh,
God.
what is going on?
My stomach.
Pat.
I need
What-
your
what is-
security room.
Security room. He looks over at the desk manager, and they just kind of like point, and he's like, okay, on it. And he leads you down the hall to the security room.
Yep.
And Grace, you have been entranced by this phone for a while and just feel this energy seeping out of you. Please take 2 harm. And trick shot, you can knock the phone out of her hand.
Which I will do, yeah.
And Grace, you want to get to it again.
No, Trickshot, I'm not done yet. And I try and scramble towards it.
Can I try and restrain Grace?
Yeah, I think that this can be argued as act under pressure or protect someone.
Oh, protect someone. That sounds good. I like that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for tough, please.
Roll for tough. I think I'm going to use my advantage as well.
Okay.
Maybe that way. Maybe that'll be the way. So this is +2. Good. 6 with advantage.
Oh.
Mark experience. And you try and hold Grace back, and as she like reaches the phone, and it catches your eye too now, as you are mesmerized by this screen. It's just so there's nothing there. You can see this being kind of beyond the glass, but you can't look away. And you're feeling this drain as you yawn a bit. That little top off nap can't fight this sudden exhaustion.
I have an important mechanical question.
Yes.
Grace just took some harm.
Yes.
Is it visible to me that she's taken harm, or is it sort of like, you know, that internal sort of harm?
It's an internal sort of harm.
Emotional harm.
Okay.
Like exhaustion of the mind kind of harm. And now both of you are like sitting there holding this screen, just completely mesmerized by it. Your 2 companions are downstairs in the security room. Shiv, all of the electricity is off. None of the TVs are on.
Yep, perfect. Okay. good.
Should we call it out here for combat?
Okay, great. Perfect.
Joe's
Okay.
like looking around. He's like, was there something in here that we needed?
I really want to grab the wiring in here, and because it's just got the most available wiring and stuff, and I want to grab actually they don't have a backup generator here. Where would the backup generator be?
It likely would have been with the breakers.
Fair enough. Yeah. I want to. All right, we're going to go to the breaker room then.
Okay, yeah. He kind of shows you down the hall to where it was. He's like, I'm not. Are we just going back and forth? What's the plan? I'm along for the ride, but what's going on?
So am I.
Oh, okay. And what do you do once you get there?
I'm gonna take the backup generator and turn it on.
Oh, okay. So, are you trying to funnel it anywhere specifically, or are you just turning on all power again?
I'm turning it on to the security room.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to do that and kind of direct it, especially with Joe's help. He kind of shows you which breakers he flicked off, and you can find the ones that are marked for the security room. And you hear kind of a hum as everything turns back on.
Perfect. Low power.
So back in the security room, the television screens are on. There are about 8 of them.
Okay. Cool.
What is the plan here, Shiv?
Lure it to one room. I still don't know what it is.
Okay. Phoenix is gonna pull out the sword that they have hidden under their coat, as is instructed by Shiv.
Yeah, people tend to freak out when they see a flaming sword.
Yep.
And
She's gonna point it at one of the screens. I feel like, greetings, spirit! I am the great Vermilion Phoenix of Heaven's Sky. I am here to defeat you in Mortal Kombat.
You're immortal. You can't participate in Mortal Kombat. That's the point of Radon.
The screens flicker a bit, and you see them all go blue, and the kind of impression of the spirit behind the screen shows up, and the face is like markedly across all of them, so it's kind of broken up by the edges of each screen, and it's just looking at you.
Awesome. Love it. Are you going to hide in your weird glass cases? Are you going to come out and fight me?
It disappears, and across all of the screen, you see the faces, 2 faces you recognize. Again, choppy, and it looks like from a phone camera, the front-facing camera. The quality's not great. It's dark, but you can kind of make out Trickshot and Grace just staring at this screen. A lot like that. And Trickshot, Grace, if you could take 2 harm for me, please.
I am now unstable.
Can I know I can't see it, but if I start taking harm, can I use my never again thing and protect Grace?
I think you can deduce that she is taking harm too because you are, so sure. How does that look?
You can choose to protect someone without rolling as if you had rolled a 10+, but I may not choose to suffer little harm. Essentially, I take the harm for them, I think.
Okay. yeah, you can try and take the harm for her. Do you have to roll anything for it? Sorry.
No, it acts as though I've what I've basically done is I've managed to choose a skill which avoids Eric. So I essentially roll as if I have had a 10+.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you are able to protect someone. Essentially, if you get a 10+ on that, you can choose an extra. So you either suffer little harm. All the impending danger is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back.
Oh, definitely hold the enemy back.
Okay, so so Grace is somewhat protected. I believe the harm still affects her by the way this is kind of Oh no, you suffer some or all of the harm that they were going to get. So you do suffer. Well, no, because that's okay. Anyway, you're able to knock her away from the screen. So you are no longer unstable, Grace. You felt that energy kind of being zapped away from you, and then you're suddenly knocked away. You still want to get back to the screen, but you're away from it for now. And you, Trickshot, are holding the phone completely on you, close to your face, trying to keep the enemy focused on you and away from Grace.
Can I make can I like fight with the impulse to try and glue my face back in front of the screen?
Yes, act under pressure, please.
Okay, that's cool, right?
It is.
Oh, I'm gonna mark luck for this because I think I need to start doing that.
Okay.
So changes a roll. Actually, you do that after you roll, don't you? So if you roll okay, you don't need to do it.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, I'll roll first then.
Oh, okay.
So that's actually what doesn't in 8 there is a bit of a drawback, isn't there?
Yes, that would be a mixed success. So if you want to mark luck, I believe you can bring it up a little bit.
I
sure.
think I will take the mixed success because it's a better dice roll than 90% of my other ones, so
That is fair. It is.
Reward the good behavior of the dice.
Yes, fair. Okay, so on a 7 to 9, the keeper gives you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. You feel this screen breaking off with you as it seems to be completely focused on Trickshot, and you're able to shake this need to grab the phone out of his hands and take it away and look at it again. But as you watch, now that the phone is focused on one person, the spirit is focused on one person, you can see like pixels leaving Trickshot's eyes and going to the phone. As his eyes sink deeper, you see dark circles under his eyes as he is slowly losing all of his energy to this device.
Okay. So now that I can, and I know that this thing is in this phone, and I can literally see it dragging the energy and the vitality out of him. Now, and I kind of have an idea of what's going on. I would like to try use magic to this time. Now I know it's there to actually drag it out of the object with the banish a spirit or curse from an object ability.
Okay. Go ahead and use magic then, please.
Okay, I am going to mark. Well, actually, let's roll it first. Roll it first. Do the rules, Rachel.
Roll it first.
Because it'd be great to get a natural 12 on this, wouldn't it? But I'm not, so I am going to mark luck.
Okay, yeah.
To bring that up to straight up to a 12.
I don't know if you can bring with luck. I think you can only bring it up to the next level.
Oh, just because it says on my sheet, mark luck to change a roll to a 12. I don't know if it's a spooky thing, because the more luck I spend, the more I start losing my own mind to whatever it is that's giving me powers. So I think it might be a spooky thing.
It might be a spooky thing. Okay, so you're able to mark luck and bring it up to a 12. And this energy you see drawn from this phone as this creature is like being pulled out of it. You see sparks and pixels as it's coming out of the screen. Shiv and Phoenix, you see this happening too. You've seen all of this. You've seen the phone focusing on Trickshot, and you see the same change in his face. And you see Joe's like, what is happening? What is happening right now? And this energy is being drawn, and you see this magic being used. Trickshot, as this creature is being pulled away, that energy that you feel takes its physical toll on you. And please take 2 harm.
Is this on top of the 2 harm I took previously?
Yes. And the additional harm that you took for Grace.
And was that 2 harm from Grace? And can I apply my armor to that harm?
Yeah.
So that's another one. So now I am unstable.
It's cool, we'll deal with that.
Yeah. So yes. So you all see this happening. You see Trickshot, but you see that life leaving him, but then he blinks and seems aware again. And the screens go blank. Fuzzed out. Static. Joe is like, is that upstairs? Do we need to go upstairs?
Yeah, we need to go upstairs. We need to join them. Hey, Fee?
On it, and we'll put one hand on the other.
Oh,
Do we need to turn the power back off? Do we leave it on?
Okay, that's a really good question. I think what we need to do is create an EMD.
I don't know how to
magnetic
do that.
Device pulse. We need to.
Right. Not in
blast
my
it.
skill set.
Yeah, not part of mine either, but I look at Fee.
Interesting.
I do not know if I can do the electrical power, but I can certainly do a lot of energy at once.
That's all we need, I think.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
But we need to be in the same room as it.
Cool. So then we go to the room. Yes. I still have my hands on them.
Yes. Yeah. And he's like, okay.
Wait, we're gonna poof.
Also,
and
we have a wild magic surge at 20 retweets.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow.
That'll be an EMP.
And that was me, so I'm gonna roll that. Hold on. 1d614.
We may go right up to time. Is that okay, Scrat?
Yeah, that's fine. I've got 2 hours between streams.
I know. Me too. I'm in the next game too. See you then.
I'm not. I'm going to be just running production in that one.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. And oh, good. So you pop into this room, and everything is kind of going crazy. There are sparks and pixels flying everywhere. You see this strange shape kind of in the center of the room, being dragged from the phone still as Grace is using her magic to bring it out from the device. And it sparks a little bit as you land, and Phoenix, you hear these digital voices as these kind of like pixels start surrounding your head, 4 of them, and they start speaking to you in hushed tones. And they poke fun at you. Horrible puns is the exact word, and of course I am having a hard time coming up with something. But chat, feel free to throw out some horrible puns for these pixels, which I'm definitely.
You look like you're from Arizona.
Best I've got. Best I've got. Phoenix, Arizona. Mic drop. You're welcome, everyone.
That was pretty bad. Yeah, feel free. Feel free. And,
Phoenix is gonna try to just ignore them.
that's fine. The whole room seems to be just lit with this electricity.
Kill it! Ah! I expect I'm probably trying to concentrate on not letting it go back into the phone. So
Yeah, I would expect so. What about that EMP?
All right, this is gonna be interesting.
How
So
we doing?
Phoenix. Yeah.
Can
Phoenix
I roll?
is fire.
I'd like to help her. Or them
Okay.
do that.
You
I'd like to
can
help
you
them do that.
can help out with a cool roll.
It's really bad for me, but
How are you helping?
I'm going to. We spent our entire childhood growing up together, and I've seen her do it before. And we've learned perhaps that there's a couple of ways that it manifests. One is when she gets really angry, and the other is when she's really happy. And I'm going to put my hands on, like, I'm going to stand behind her and put my hands on her head and begin massaging it and whisper to her a childhood memory that we share together to counteract the weird voices that are whispering to her. It's going to be the time that
too hot. You'll never handle it.
I'm going to tell her, remember the cat. It's the time we saved a cat. And by we, I mean it was like her.
Right. Go ahead and roll me that plus cool, please.
I will do it. And it's probably not going to be great.
Luck.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I can do luck.
Well, I don't know how yours works.
And then
Yeah, I'm going to use my luck. I rolled a 1.
Yeah, that is a 1.
Yep.
You
I used luck to change that to a 12, and I scoot one step closer to
can
doom.
you change it to a 12 with your ability? Because I believe you can just pull it up.
It's on my sheet, so I don't actually know. I think everyone has a
maybe it is.
version
You
of
can.
okay to doomed.
Yeah, maybe you can bring it all the way up then. Okay, yeah, that works. So that is on my sheet too.
Yeah, it's like it's really up to you. If you rule like maybe this doesn't work and it doesn't make sense, that's fine.
No, I think that's fine. That will grant them a +1 on the roll that they are trying to make. So Phoenix, if you could roll with an additional +1. Are you rolling to use magic?
I don't know if it's that. I think I'm using smite.
Okay. How does that effect? How is that effect written?
So essentially with smite, it's my entire self is basically a weakness against any monster I fight. And so essentially I'm just gonna bring the sword between two hands and then just press it to my chest as essentially a large wave of energy comes off of me, having kind of pulling together this memory of saving the cat together, which I definitely used this before and may have just knocked down the tree that the cat was stuck in.
Yeah, we saved a cat, but also like destroyed somebody's property, and also part of their car. The cat.
Okay, so I would probably need you to roll something. Let's say.
You know what? If we make it easier, I'm gonna use one of my nat 20s because I have 2 of them.
That would, and I think the role is going to be to kick some ass, as you are not only trying to essentially attack this creature and these pixel pixies flying around your head, but also the entire electrical system of the hotel, and yeah.
So I'm spending a nat 20 to make this happen. So automatic success, I guess.
Yeah, it is an automatic success, and these pixels are like, no, no, and you hear them, be prepared to be reduced to ash, Phoenix, and then they disappear in this like epic holy smite coming out from Phoenix's body as they clasp these swords to them, and it just completely envelops the room in this burst of powerful energy. Joe steps back and holds a hand over his eyes, and the whole hotel powers down again. People are looking at their phones in the lobby and in the breakfast hall trying to figure out what is going on, but nothing is turning off, and this creature whips its attention to you. It's sparking, and it looks more vulnerable now that you've gotten the energy off in the hotel. You have essentially, your unarmed attacks are now 2 harm, intimate, hand, messy. Which makes a whole ton of sense if you know what that means.
I think I sort of did. They're just tags, essentially, right?
Yeah, so your unarmed attacks are going to be a little bit stronger. Yeah, now that you have smite. And this thing is just sparking and moving. It doesn't take any damage from this right now, but it is going. And looking straight at you. What do you all do?
Do I feel that it's now been dragged out and it's not gonna?
Completely. Yeah, the phone is dead now, and you can see this being in front of you. It has nowhere to escape to. The screen has gone black.
Then I would probably roll to use magic to inflict harm upon this bastard.
Okay, go ahead and roll me that plus weird.
I'm all out of bonuses and stuff, and I don't want to get any closer to doom, so... Oh, that's okay. And I also want to use my spooky move, Hex, to inflict an additional 2 harm.
Okay. You can... let's see, I'm flipping back over to use magic. So with a mixed success, there's also a glitch. So either the effect is weakened, the effect is a short duration, you take 1 harm, or the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention or has a problematic side effect.
I quite like the idea of a problematic side effect. I think that's more fun.
Okay, what do you think the side effect is?
I'm trying to think. The kind of nature of magic that she would be using is very like she's trying to, I guess, psychologically mess with it again, and she's very much kind of like, I guess, a bit Jean Grey here. So problematic side effect. I think whatever consciousness it has, she might accidentally like project it like really loudly, whatever it's kind of thinking or whatever. She's gonna make this, it's gonna be like this almost deafening kind of, its rage or whatever it's feeling will like come down to bear down on us, and it'll be like kind of deafening.
Okay. Yeah, so it's essentially like screaming. You hear this high digital whine throughout the room, just emanating, and it takes, I believe, 3 harm total from your attack.
Yeah. I'm basically trying to like unpick its mind, I guess.
It's lashing out now. I mean, there are electric currents just kind of like sparking everywhere and leaping from place to place around the room, and all of you hear this whine in your head. I'm gonna have you all act under pressure to not be affected by this this problematic side effect.
Sorry.
It's okay. And I'm sorry, is that cool? to act under
It is
pressure?
cool, yes.
Thank you.
Great. Kiana is good. Phoenix is good. Shiv, mark experience. And trick shot.
There's a pregnant
Shiv,
pause there.
you are, let's see. Both Shiv and and Grace are brought to your knees as you hear this screaming in your ears. Scrat, what did you get?
I didn't roll.
Oh, yes. Go ahead and roll for me plus cool.
Flat roll. Fail.
Also mark experience. The three of you mark experience and are all brought to your knees, leaving just Phoenix standing against this sparking electrical creature as these like lightning bolts are lashing out and getting dangerously close to your friends, now all kneeling, brought to the floor by this screaming sound that you can't even really seem to hear. I mean, it's nothing compared to those obnoxious pixies.
Yeah, totally fine. I point the sword back at this spirit again. And be like, come on, don't you want a challenge? And I am going to try to attack it.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a kick some ass roll with plus tough.
Plus a 7.
Okay, that would be a mixed success. So you can inflict harm and suffer harm from whatever you are fighting. So, yeah, what is the harm rating of your weapon?
The flaming sword is 3 harm, but it's hand, fire, and holy.
Okay, so you lash out, you take this this sweep at this creature, and it just like sparkles and explodes into this mass of sparks and arcing electricity, and it shocks you for 3 harm.
Lovely.
And
right, I'm going to spend a luck
to take
to
less
avoid harm.
Okay, great. You avoid harm as this electricity just like kind of bounces off you. You are just holding the sword, and it arcs around the sword and into the metal of the blade, completely avoiding your body as this just explosion of energy happens. Joe dives to the side behind one of the beds, and your companions are blasted back by this effect. But once the sparks die down, the spirit is no longer there. The wine has quieted. And you're left in a dark and quiet room. And Joe pops his head out and he's like, okay, I'm sold. What do we do next? And you have all completed the hunt. Congratulations.
Yay! Looks like that guy couldn't take the resistance. OMG.
I'm just gonna go over. I'm gonna go over and try and heal Trick Shot whilst you're punning away over there.
Yeah,
God.
I would join in, but this just hurts.
Yeah, you're just
It's alright.
drained of this energy. I mean, like, honestly, this was supposed to be a restful trip on the way to stop the apocalypse, and
Right?
keep running into trouble everywhere you go. We're gonna go ahead and wrap there because I think that kind of like puts an interesting episode wipe on it. Like,
Yeah.
we'll come back tomorrow. You have a new detective friend. The episode and adventure continues, and you you won. You're successful. Congratulations. Let's all go around and say who we are and what you enjoyed most about today's session and what you learned about Monster of the Week.
Sure, why don't we start with Kiana again? We'll go around that way and then it finishes on me nicely.
Alright. Hi. It was super fun. Oh my god, that pun. Killed a what? Oh, very good. Man, you can find me over on Twitter at best way to figure out what I'm doing because I'm all over the internet playing role-playing games almost every day of the week. Yeah, Twitter's the best way because I post announcements for what I do over there. But I'll plug that tomorrow. I am starting my series of one-shots of Bluebeard's Bride. It's going to be super fun. Feminine horror and an all-female cast. I'm very excited for it. Man, this was a lot of fun. I sort of knew Monster of the Week, just off the bat because of Powered by the Apocalypse. But it's super fun to actually play, and I thoroughly enjoy playing the great Vermilion Phoenix of Heaven Sky, who is a great choice to make at 7 a.m. when you're real tired to play, but super fun. And I think I'll bring them back for any future Monster Week games that I do. I just really liked all the dynamics of the characters. Kind of a weird zany bunch. It was really fun to see the different relationships and in jokes or whatever in between the characters. It was very good. Yeah, and thank you, Renee, for stepping in last minute to do this game. So last minute. You were amazing. It was so good.
Thank you. I want to play again.
Yeah, yeah. I've put your Twitter handle in chat, Kiana. But feel free to just add any other links you'd like to add, and we'll go around to Marcy.
Hi there, my name is Marcy. I'm the GM for the Owl of Lycia on Monty Cook Games Twitch channel. What I want to plug today is that we're actually breaking our rhythm just for this once. We are normally streaming every other week, so it would be next week, but we can't do that because it's Christmas. So we're streaming tonight at 5 p.m. EST, and we're doing it for charity on WebDM with Grant. So that's happening tonight. Please come by for an amazing cause. And every $100 we make to donate toward Trans Lifeline, we will be drawing a soothe deck drawing from the soothe deck from Invisible Sun to affect the game. Other than that, I am a roll booth operator for the Phantom Roll Booth, and you can come check us out. Just go through my Twitter; it's all right there. We have a lot of projects going on. Monster of the Week. This is my first time playing it. I really enjoyed it. I want to put out some more puns like, wow, I really like the way that this game happens on a circuit and stuff like that, but I'm not going to. I enjoy the game a lot. It does a phenomenal job of capturing the relationships between hunters that just like made me sit through 8 seasons straight of Supernatural in college. So that's fun for me. And that's it. That's it for me. Thank you. Thank you so much, Renee, for running this and stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. And I love the way that we're all sort of like saying, "Oh, I don't want to make any more puns," but
They're all coming out now.
Yeah, we should have got onto the power thing earlier. That's great. We're on the right wavelength now. Rachel.
Yes, I'm sorry. I need to get out of I'm overwhelmed by all these puns. It's too much. Yes, I am Rachel. I'm also at Telenair on Twitter. This is also my first time playing Monster of the Week, and it was honestly hilarious. I love how versatile the system is. You can kind of just do whatever you want to do, like flavor it however you like, which I think is great. Again, thank you so much, Renee, for on such short notice. It was a fantastic game, so thanks so much for running it. Favorite moments? I kind of just loved every time Shiv stumbled across some random clue, and it's like, oh, there's a thing, guys. So that was great. And yeah, it was just really, really good fun. The character was great fun. I love all the different archetypes. It's hilarious. You can find me on Mondays at the Blood on the Thames Twitch channel. Also, same on Twitter. We play Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition at 7 p.m. UK time. this week I'm also doing the charity streams with WebDM. I'm playing on Wednesday again at 7 p.m. UK time, so I'm really excited for that. That's going to be awesome. And yeah,
me, I believe.
yes, I think so.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Yeah, it's been a great kind of getting to know the DM style. So secrets and plans. But I know it's going to be amazing. And then I think I've got a bit of a break over Christmas, but that's going to be sad because I'm going to miss it. But
I
still.
mean, I've got you down for a game that I need to follow up with you about.
Yes, is that like on the 29th or 30th or something?
I don't know.
That's still like a week gap where I'm not playing a game.
It's a lot. That's a long week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to just drown my sorrows by drawing a million things this week. But yes, it was amazing. Thank you so much, Renee.
Yeah. Scott, would you like me to hop in and go before you wrap
Yeah,
up
why
with
not?
yourself?
Yeah, why not? Why don't you do that, and I'll talk about the game afterwards. You tell us, how was it? With 30 hours prep, playing Monster of the Week for the first time. I thought you did amazing, but how do you feel?
Thank you. I feel like it went really well. I feel like I learned a couple of things about it. There was no possible way to know all of it coming in, and I think that helped. Knowing that there was no possible way I was going to know it all. And so, like, luck, I was not really familiar with how it worked, but we figured that out mid-game, and that's completely fine. Now I know. Next time, luck will come a little bit more naturally. So I think that I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give a little bit of the behind the scenes because I think chat is asking about it. And that's part of the fun. Monsters you can create entirely from scratch. So this monster was a collector, and it was collecting energy and sleep from its victims. So it was draining their energy but keeping them awake, essentially. And speeding up the process. So it was draining their mind and their soul, basically. It did have 7 harm that it could take. It took 9 total throughout the game. Well, I guess 8 total throughout the game. And Kiana's attack at the end from Phoenix actually did a little bit more damage than it had left. Because every time Trickshot shot a television, it took harm.
Fighting the good fight. Yeah.
It did have more armor when it was in its technological state, when it was hiding behind technology as a screen, basically. But it did take harm each time. So I marked that down, making the fight at the end just a little bit easier. And the way Monster of the Week works, for anyone who is unfamiliar, you can fight a monster and completely like deplete its harm, but you cannot defeat it unless you have manipulated its weakness. So essentially, if the team of hunters today had gone about and never encountered its weakness or done anything about it, then it would have lived to fight another day, escaped somewhere into a phone or something. But thankfully, its weakness was to not have any active technology, and that EMP completely took care of that, and it was wiped from the face of this planet, never to haunt them again.
Nailed it.
So
Teamwork, guys.
Rock on. And I didn't actually like say that or give y'all that, so like it was kind of fun to see you stumble across it. I just figured if you didn't find it, it would pixelate away and live to fight another day. Like all of you. Oh, like the Energizer Bunny. So thank you so much for hopping in. There's so much that I have done. Yeah, we all need to recharge after this stream. I am very tired. I am very happy with how that went. I feel like I'm excited for the next one because I know more now. I've come out on the other side stronger, and so let's play Monster of the Week again, y'all. I'm around on Scraticus Academy. I do my own thing occasionally. You can follow me on Twitch. I'm working towards getting to affiliate by the time I fully officially launch my channel in January.
I've just put your link in chat. Everyone, please go and follow Renee right now, because she's only like 10 followers away from affiliate, and we could probably do that right now.
I'm close. And I'll be officially launching that channel in January, but there's a soft launch going on right now, so I am doing some games occasionally. Catch me there or on Twitter at RayDeanneR, which is the only place that I have R at the end of my name on social media, but Twitter. I am also going to be around this week. I'm playing a Games for Charity on WebDM on Wednesday, and so you can find me there. I believe it's like 1 p.m. our time, something like that.
I think it's 1 or 2. I think
1 or 2. Something like that. I'll let you know on social media. I'll also be around on Scratica's Academy, so follow Scrat and see what's up, or follow me to know where I'm going to be, especially since I also have an all-women, family-friendly D&D podcast called Fate and the Fable Maidens. You can find it at Fate FM Cast across social media or at fatefmcast.com. And we just had our last campaign episode of the year. We have a special holiday edition coming up as like a major crossover with several other wonderful casts of podcasts, and we're really excited about that. It's a whole family-friendly event, so check it out. I don't usually do a ton of horror in that one. It is family-friendly, but I enjoyed kind of like getting into the more supernaturally monster of the week type vibe. So thanks for joining me on this adventure, and thanks Scrat for asking me to do this less than 2 days ago.
Yeah, I have no shame. I found Renee streaming, and whilst I was watching Renee streaming, to be fair, I was really polite. I was sitting in your stream genuinely. I didn't just come with the intention of recruiting you, but whilst I was
while you were there.
Well, whilst I was in that stream, the DM contacted me and said, "Oh no, I know it's really last minute. Oh no, Raid, we're just about to move on. But guys, thank you so much. Welcome in, Tia and followers, with a massive raid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're 100% wrapping up. My bad. But yeah, like I was just sitting in chat, and the DM was like, "Oh, I'm afraid I can't make it. Something's come up." And I'm like, "Oh no." Checking she's okay, but at the same time, sitting in Renee's chat, like, "Hey, so do you know Monster of the Week?" She was like, "Kind of." I was like, "Do you want to DM it? Kind of? In 30 hours?"
And the at 6 a.m. your time, and I was like,
and
walking into it, baby.
Your exact words were, "Are you asking me nicely?" To which I responded, "Pretty please."
It worked. I'm here. We played Monster of the Week.
It was monstrous. In the best kind of way. No, I really enjoyed it. I felt like there was a lot of energy coming off of all of us. And the chat was electric. It was tons of fun. Tons of fun. Renee, you picked it up really quickly. Like speed of light sort of picking things up. It was great. Yeah, I had tons of fun, especially since I only really created the character sheet about 5 minutes before we went live. But I knew the character really well, so that was fun. My favorite thing about this initially was that me and Kiana both were so similar in the fact that we also had normal people to look after us, and the relationship parallels. I thought the relationships between everyone was really, really nice. That was my favorite thing until Renee just said at the end that every time I shot a screen it was doing damage, and that immediately became my favorite thing. Whoops.
I didn't want to tell you in the moment, but it was great.
I mean, to be fair, Trickshot didn't need telling. He was going to do it either way.
Fair.
Anyway, you guys, this is my channel. You can check me out here. You can also check me out on my social links. We've got Discord for community, Twitter for getting into a game. Send me a DM and I'll get you a game. And YouTube to go and catch up on the previous season. These will also be uploaded, all these one-shots. You can also check us out on Patreon. It's one of the best ways to support us. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. We also have merchandise as well, or at the moment you can go and pick up one of our Christmas jumpers, which is very festive and warm. We also have sponsors in Bird in the Storm Publishing, that's nerd, Bird in the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, who will be creating content for us next year, and Mage Hand Press will be doing some one-shots over the Christmas period, and then we'll be doing a season as well next season. Rachel, thank you so much for your pledge!
Well, it's about time I did. I've only been taking advantage of your games for 6 months.
Oh, no, that's not how it works, but thank you. And with that, we are going to go and pay a visit to a good friend of the channel and one of my sponsors, Tool School, who was in here earlier today.
Yeah.
Elite Shay, yes, they're all from Redbubble, so they'll come in your local sizes. They're very good on sizing, actually. You can check it out. Yeah, we're gonna head over to Tool School. This is like my last day of streaming this season, really. Then I'm taking like a week's break where I do all the off-screen stuff, like prepare the next season and the 12 Days of Christmas, where I'll be doing 40 games of TTRPGs in 12 days. 41 if you include the ones on other channels, i.e. Lady Blackbird with Kiana. Yeah, it's gonna be great. And then next season we're doing
holiday games. Yay, season 2.
Yeah.
Season 2.
I'm excited for season 2.
I'm excited for everything.
Yeah, let's use Raid Cry Nerd in the Storm. That'd be great. And there it is for you all in chat there. Copy that to your thing. Let's head across. We're going to go across now. We'll see you guys later. Keep evoking emotions. Bye!
Bye-bye.